In Japan, there are these stories that just cling to the dark corners of city streets. They're legends that often start with a simple question, but it's a question that has no right answer. This is the chilling story of the Kuchisake Onna, the slit-mouthed woman.
Just imagine this for a second. You're walking home. It's late. You're all alone. A woman steps out from the shadows. Her face is half hidden by one of those surgical masks. She stops you, and in this quiet, whispery voice she asks, "Am I beautiful?" Your answer? Well, your answer is going to decide everything that happens next.
Yeah, that question, it isn't a real question. It's a trap. And as the entire city of Tokyo is about to find out, this wasn't just some spooky old folktale anymore. It was a waking nightmare, and it was happening right now.
So how does a ghost story that's hundreds of years old bring a massive, modern city like Tokyo to its knees? Well, it starts with a string of horrific events. Events so strange, so impossible, they start to tear the whole city apart.
The terror just spread like a virus. I mean, think about it. Day one, it's a single victim, a tragedy for sure. But by day two, there's a clear, terrifying pattern. Every single body has the same horrific carved smile. And by day three, pure panic had paralyzed Tokyo. The city's famous nightlife just went silent because people were literally too scared to walk the streets alone. And the police? They were completely stumped. I mean, they had nothing. No suspects, no clear motive, no signs of forced entry. These crimes just seemed impossible. So while the police were busy looking for a person, the public started whispering about something else, something much older and way, way more terrifying.
The name being whispered on every street corner was Kuchisake Onna. And to really get why the city was so terrified, you have to understand the rules of her chilling and completely unwinnable game.
Now, it's really important to get this. She isn't just any ghost. She's what's known as an onryo, a very specific kind of spirit in Japanese folklore. This is a spirit that comes back to our world driven by one single thing: pure, raw vengeance for something terrible that happened to her when she was alive. And here's the truly twisted logic of her curse. There is no way out. If you say no to her question, she kills you on the spot. If you say yes, she rips off her mask to show you this mutilated face and then asks you again. Say yes a second time, and she carves your face to look just like hers. Say no that second time, she still kills you. It's a perfect, horrifying trap.
But here's the thing. This vengeful spirit, she wasn't born a monster. Her story is actually a deeply tragic one, a story rooted in beauty, jealousy, and an act of cruelty so unspeakable it created this curse.
Legend says that centuries ago, she was a mortal woman, and she was famous for a beauty so incredible it just captivated everyone who saw her. But she was married to a proud samurai, a man whose heart was just being eaten alive by his own insecurity. Her beauty, you see, it brought all this attention, and he just couldn't handle it. He became possessive, paranoid. He saw betrayal in every single admiring glance. His insecurity just festered and grew into this dangerous, violent jealousy. Then one day, in a fit of pure rage, he accused her of being unfaithful, and he attacked her. With a pair of scissors, he mutilated her face. He slit her mouth from ear to ear, and as he did it, he screamed, "Who will think you're beautiful now?" That act didn't just seal her fate, it sealed the fate of countless victims to come.
Okay, so let's jump back to modern Tokyo. The bodies are piling up, and one man decides he just can't stand by and do nothing. A local priest. He believed the answer wasn't going to be found in police work, but in ancient ritual. He was getting ready to face this evil head on.
This priest, his name was Hoshuma, he felt this deep responsibility to his community, which was just paralyzed with fear. He had this unwavering belief that where modern methods failed, ancient rituals could still succeed. So, armed with nothing but his faith, he prepared to face her himself.
So Hoshimuru, he walks through the dark alleys, armed with sacred salt and these blessed talismans. And just as he expected, Kuchisake Onna appears and asks her awful question, but he doesn't answer. Instead, he throws the salt and shoves the talisman forward. The spirit shrieks in agony and just dissolves into a cold fog. For a few days, the city was quiet again. It really looked like he had won.
But that victory, it didn't last long. Hoshima hadn't destroyed the spirit, he had only made her angry. And in doing that, he accidentally forced this ancient curse to adapt, to evolve, and it became something even more terrifying.
A few nights later, Hoshima has this chilling dream. The spirit's voice is echoing in his mind. But it's not a voice of pain, it's a voice of triumph, and it's promising a whole new wave of terror. The message was crystal clear. His old methods were useless now. The game had changed.
And this is how she adapted. Before, the danger was out there, on lonely streets at night. But now, victims were being found inside their locked apartments. The spirit started showing up on cell phone screens, on computer monitors, in bathroom mirrors. The physical threat had become a digital ghost. She could go anywhere.
Think about that. The one place you're supposed to be safe, your own home, wasn't safe anymore. The curse had breached the walls. It had turned modern technology into its new hunting ground. The entire city was now her domain.
Hoshima realized his first attempt was a complete disaster, and it had only made things worse. He knew he couldn't fight this vengeful spirit with force. He had to somehow reach the heartbroken woman who was still trapped inside that monster.
His entire strategy had to shift. He put away the salt, the talismans, all of it. This was no longer about trying to banish her spirit. It was about healing it. He had to speak to the woman she used to be, not the monster she'd become.
So Hoshima confronted her one last time. When she appeared, he didn't flinch. He just looked at her and he spoke the truth. He completely reframed her tragedy for her. He told her what she desperately needed to hear, that her beauty wasn't the problem. Her husband's madness was. He told her she was a victim, not a monster.
And in his final move, he held up a sacred mirror. But because of what he said, instead of showing her a monster, it allowed her to see past the scars. For the first time in centuries, she saw the beautiful, wronged woman she'd once been. And her rage just gave way to sorrow. Her spirit dissolved, but this time it was for good. She finally found peace.
Hoshima's empathy, it seems it ended the curse. The killing stopped, and Tokyo could finally breathe a sigh of relief. But you know how it is with these stories. Urban legends never truly die. They just wait, in the dark, on the other end of a question, ready to become real all over again.